Well, part two of my little cruise up the river today. We're out in the Hobie Revo 11 2015 model, and I'm having a nice biscuit here, enjoying a biscuit and a cup of coffee, and not doing anything because, as you can see in the background here, we've got the 24-pound thrust motor going, and that's doing all the work for me while we cruise up the river. We'll just have a bit of a look at that while we're here. We'll just turn that off. And how this works is simply this. Like you normally do, getting the Mirage drive out. Up she comes. And there we have the stainless steel mount that I've had fabricated for this. Running the motor in the bottom there. And we can just drop that back in. Get rid of those sticks, and she just drops straight into the motor mount, and there we go. Easy as that. Hit the power, we'll go full speed, which is only about 5 kilometres an hour, so you're not going to break any speed records in this thing, but I'm wondering whether we could actually set up 2 motors. I mean, I'd certainly love to run the bigger motor on it. The problem is there are 3 blade prop, and that won't go through the Mirage drive hole in the bottom of the Hobie kayaks, so you would have to run that motor on a side external mount. I was very keen to try this one with the Mirage drive mount. As you can see there, sitting snugly between my legs, and you can cut that tube to see whatever height you like. Now this is only a prototype mount, as I said, made from stainless steel. And just to run that motor, I'm using an 85 amp hour gel battery. I've previously run this for 4 hours non-stop. Today the cruise up the river will probably be, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours at the most, and there'll be no sign of that battery even slowing down. And what's running it? The 85 amp hour gel battery. Now it does weigh 28 kilos. There's a fair bit of weight in that battery. In fact, it's probably a little bit too heavy really, and probably too much capacity. You don't need that. A 55 would be enough for a couple of 2 to 3 hours out in the day. That's non-stop running. Stop-start running if you're doing a bit of fishing, stopping and starting. You could run the 55 probably the whole day. You can also go the little 18-pound thrust motor, but you're just going to go a little bit slower again. Now, top speed on this setup now is 5 kilometres per hour. As I say, not breaking speed records, but it certainly gets you where you need to go. If you're just sitting back, relaxing and cruising, and like me, enjoying a coffee and enjoying a beautiful day out on the river. Now, of course, I've got the Hobie sidekicks added on here, just a little bit of security for stability. Again, if this kayak did happen to get rolled by any big wake or boat or me doing something a bit silly, then 28 kilos of ballast hanging underneath the kayak, if it's upside down, is going to be rather difficult to get righted back on its the right side up. So the sidekicks do the job very well. They give you so much extra stability. Even in the Revo 11, in fact, and I have done it, you can stand up. As long as you're focusing on your balance just a little bit, you'll probably fall off the kayak, it won't roll over. So there you have it. That's my test drive today of the 24-pound water snake motor, and sitting in the fabricated stainless steel Mirage drive fitting. And I'm working on developing a new Mirage drive fitting, which will be all made out of plastic, still using the stainless steel pins, of course, to lock into the Mirage drive system as fitted to the boat itself. That'll be a much smaller, lightweight mount with a motor fitted directly into it, and that'll be even neater again, and you probably won't even see that sticking out of the bottom of the boat just there. So the great thing about these electric motors, of course, is that you do have reverse. That's fantastic, and you certainly can go some distance, so you could go quite a long way. Either way, you could go by Mirage drive pedal power until your legs have had enough, and then you could just motor drive back, or vice versa, whichever you prefer. So beautiful day on the river, cruising with the motor. I'll get the pedals out a little later on and have a bit of a paddle. Of course, with the Revo 11 you can also paddle it as well. It's actually not a bad kayak to paddle. I've paddled for half an hour along the river on another weekend, and it's good to mix up the exercise out on the kayak. No fishing today, it's purely a test drive out with the motor in this drive mount. And so far it's going very well. Okay, catch us all later.